The secret to making a million by age. Have you ever thought about how to become a millionaire in your 30s? Imagine finding out the keys to getting rich and learning how small, smart choices made today can pay off in the long run. We'll talk about the mistakes you should avoid, the habits you should form, and the changes in your own mind that will make you stand out from the normal American in this video. Are you ready to change your financial future and become a millionaire? Let's begin. It is possible that the transition into your 30s will be a defining moment in your journey toward achieving financial success and even becoming a millionaire. There are a lot of people who experience what is commonly referred to as the messy middle, which is when life pushes you in several directions. However, how you react to these obstacles might differentiate you from other people. In order to avoid the typical traps that are associated with finances, here's how you can cultivate the attitude of a millionaire. Avoiding the pitfalls of consumption. Being able to resist the temptation to keep up with the Joneses is one of the most major problems you will face when you are in your 30s. During the process of settling down, possibly with a significant other and beginning a family, you may realize that you are comparing your way of life to that of individuals from your immediate environment. It is possible that this comparison will cause you to make poor decisions regarding your finances, particularly with regard to your consumption. Luxurious vacations, pricey mansions, and luxury automobiles are all examples of high-end consumption traps that have the potential to derail your long-term financial goals. Automobiles are a significant source of financial detriment. As one of the most popular types of traps, automobiles are found. The numbers are concerning. The typical American consumer only puts down 14% of the buying price of a car, which is significantly lower than the suggested 20%, and the typical loan for a new car lasts 69 months, which is significantly longer than the recommended 36 months. Moreover, the average payment for a car is $733, which is around 12% of the median salary. This means that auto payments might devour a large percentage of your income. As a result of your excessive expenditure on automobiles, your capacity to save and invest may be seriously hindered. In order to avoid this, you should adhere to the 23/8 rule, which states that you should put down 20% of the total purchase price, finance the vehicle for no more than 3 years, and make sure that your monthly auto payments do not exceed 8% of your gross income. You are able to dedicate more money toward investments and savings, which are essential for the process of generating wealth with the support of this disciplined strategy. How to handle debt with high interest rates. Another common financial trap is debt with a high interest rate, particularly debt incurred through credit cards. The average millennial holds a credit card debt of $66,000, which may be financially debilitating due to the high interest rates that can reach anywhere from 20% to 30%. Your capacity to save money and make investments may be greatly hindered if you have this form of debt. One of the most important things you can do to prevent this is to avoid amassing high interest debt and to live within your means. To prevent incurring interest fees, it is important to make responsible use of credit cards and to pay off the balance in full each month. Your income might be freed up for activities that contribute to the accumulation of wealth if you take this methodical approach to managing your debt. How to stay away from the pitfall of being house poor. There are a lot of folks who fall into the trap of becoming house poor when they are in their 30s. This occurs when an excessive amount of your income is allocated to the cost of housing, leaving little opportunity for savings and other needs. Over 40% of a household's gross income is spent on housing in the United States, which is far higher than the recommended limit of 25%. Being unable to afford a property might limit your ability to make financial decisions and hinder your ability to make investments in your future. You should strive to keep your housing costs at or below 25% of your gross income when you are purchasing a home. Taking this method will ensure that you have sufficient funds for making investments, saving money, and creating experiences that your family will remember for a long time. The way to generate wealth through savings and investments. In your 30s, it is absolutely necessary to begin saving and investing money in a significant way. It is not too late to get started, even if you were unable to do so while you were in your 20s. The influence of compound interest on the economy. In the process of amassing wealth, compound interest is among the most effective methods available. If you begin saving and investing while you are in your 30s, you may see big returns over the course of your career. If you begin saving $340 every month at the age of 30, for instance, you will have accumulated $1 million by the time you are 65 years old. Even if you begin saving $600 a month at the age of 35, you can still accomplish the same goal. Having said that, the longer you wait, the more difficult it will become. It would take you almost $1,000 every month by the time you are 39 years old to attain $1 million by the time you retire. Keeping an available fund for emergencies. The maintenance of an emergency fund is a component of financial planning that is frequently neglected despite its critical importance. It is important to have a contingency fund in place so that you are protected from any unexpected financial setbacks that may occur. Having at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses reserved in an account that is quickly accessible is a recommendation made by the majority of financial advisors. According to our findings, those who have a mindset fit for a millionaire are aware of the significance of having an emergency fund. The vast majority of people who are successful financially have saved enough money to cover their costs for at least 4 months, and many of them have saved enough money for more than 7 months. Through the utilization of this financial cushion, you are able to deal with unforeseen expenditures without derailing your long-term financial objectives. Use of debt in a strategic manner. Although it is essential to steer clear of debt with high interest rates, not all debt is bad. Utilizing debt in a strategic manner can assist you increasing your wealth and taking advantage of your investments. An example of a beneficial use of debt would be to obtain a mortgage in order to purchase a property that is within your financial capabilities. In a similar vein, borrowing money to invest in a business or an education can result in big returns provided it is done in a prudent manner. Utilizing debt as a tool rather than allowing it to become a burden is the key to success. You should make sure that any debt you take on is manageable and that you have a well-defined strategy for paying it back. Using this planned method, you can increase your wealth without jeopardizing your capacity to maintain your financial security. Making financial decisions in small steps for the future. In the long run, even seemingly insignificant choices about one's finances can have a huge influence. By way of illustration, opting to drive a humble automobile rather than a luxurious one can liberate hundreds of dollars each month, which can then be used towards savings and investments. Similarly, if you live in a property that is priced affordably, you will have more money available for activities that contribute to the accumulation of wealth. Comparison is the thief of pleasure, and making poor financial decisions as a result of continually striving to stay up with others can be particularly detrimental. Your long-term financial goals should be your primary focus, and you should make decisions that are in line with those goals. Taking this methodical strategy can assist you in amassing large riches over the course of time. Utilizing available resources and obtaining education. Last but not least, make use of the numerous educational tools and financial resources that are at your disposal. Resources such as savings rate guidelines and wealth building tactics can be found on websites such as moneyguide.com, which contains a plethora of information. Through self-education on personal finance, you can gain the ability to make decisions based on accurate information and maintain your progress toward achieving your financial objectives. If you have the right mindset and employ the appropriate tactics, it is possible to become a billionaire in your 30s. Avoid falling into consumerism traps, take control of your high-interest debt, and make sure you are not living in poverty. Maintaining an emergency fund, putting money aside for savings and investments, and taking use of the power of compound interest are all important. Making incremental financial decisions that are in line with your long-term goals and using debt in a planned manner are both important. You have the ability to put yourself on the path to financial success and even achieve billionaire status in your 30s if you educate yourself and make use of the resources that are available to you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated on our latest tips and strategies for financial success. Join our community and take the next step towards building your wealth.